Well, today is, I guess, day 1.5, maybe, of the new, uh, really, it's a grant program. It's a loan. It's a business loan program, but it's the biggest loan program government ever had because it turns into a grant. Man, this is the neatest thing ever happened. It's so big, and this is what happens in emergencies, and we have big problems. They're going to give out 300 and about $50 billion. So this is close to $500 billion, and they call it a loan, but you don't have to pay it back. Now, only in the government. That's why you go looking for grants, you're not going to find this. So I feel this is the only money to look for your business, nonprofit, or if you're self-employed. So you don't even have to have like a real big business. Uh, and it's incredible to me. And the size, we don't know billion. I don't know billion. I mean, I know what 100 is, and 1,000 is better. But when you get the billions and trillions, man, I have no idea. So the government, through the Small Business Administration, gives out about 30 billion dollars a year. Okay, and it's not give. This is loans you have to pay back. Okay, so that's loans. This SBA does for businesses. Now through the SBA, they're giving out 350. So not 30, 350, and you don't have to pay it back. Or most of it. It depends on how you use it. If you use it for your employees and running the business expenses, they forgive it. And there's a big article today about it. I get this is the second video I'm doing. It's so important. I think we all have to know. Small business relief is a mess. Sure, they're giving out that kind of money, and this is the government. These people who deliver your mail. All of a sudden, within a week or two, they said, "Oh, we're going to give out gazillions of dollars," and they haven't really set it up well. So it's going to be screwed up probably for a while. But it is a limited amount, so you want to start today. And what do you look for? You look for something called the Paycheck Protection Program. So if you Google this Paycheck Protection Program, I don't know if you remember Lesko Help. I have a report show you all these things. But if you don't, you Google Paycheck Protection Program SBA. Now, don't go to any website that is not .gov. If you go some other website about the Paycheck Protection Program, somebody's going to, oh, you don't need that. That's too complicated. You just talk to me. They're going to make money that you're not going to get. They're going to get a piece of something somewhere for doing something that you don't have to have them do. Because what you need is a lender. You have to know about the program. Now, here's some things that were in the paper today that's sort of interesting. Uh, um, okay, the SBA, which is backing the loans, has waived most of the usual requirements. See, it's really easy to get one of these loans because they're not worried about you paying it back. So they waived the usual requirements. The loans do not require collateral or detailed financial records. So you don't need an accountant, a lawyer, or all this other nonsense that you'd be worried about because they're going to hand you a stack of stuff and you're worried about you getting screwed on this stuff, and you should. But see, they're not worried because they don't expect you to pay it back. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. He added, this is the guy at the Treasury Department. See, it goes to the Treasury. They provide the money, give it the SBA, who guarantees it for the banks, and the banks give you like an SBA loan, but then they say no, you don't have to pay it back. And then the Treasury Department through the SBA gives the money to the banks because you ain't paying it back. Okay. He added that the loan checks will be distributed the same day the borrowers apply. Now, I mean, they're blowing smoke up their own butt or whatever, thinking about that. They can't even get the paperwork done. So it's going to be confusing. You're going to run into bureaucratic nonsense because nobody's not ready. Nobody understands. I mean, it's normal for anything. When it gets boring, then it'll flow, and you know what to expect. Now nobody knows what the hell they're doing, so everybody's winging it every day. But you want to get in line. That's the important thing because it's limited. If you wait till things settle down, you may not get it. Okay, so it's very important to get it now. The Trump administration has said it wants the Paycheck Protection Loan, so they call it a loan, but you don't have to pay it back. Remember, uh, and that means it's going to be easy. Not a lot of no collateral you have to do, no financial statements, all that kind of stuff. Uh, and so he said, are easy to obtain. A sample application posted to Tuesday is a 4-page form that can be completed in 10 minutes. So here's a form. Actually, you get up to $10 million. $10 million in 10 minutes. Apply for $10 million you don't have to pay back in 10 minutes. How do you like that? That's what really it's all saying. I'm not saying it. I'm just picking out from what the government's saying about it. So that's amazing. And so they want to encourage business owners receiving financial help to buy American goods. So that's one of the caveats of thing. You have to try to buy American goods with this. Well, if you're using it most for payroll and paying rent and things like that. That's all American. You don't have to worry about that much. Okay. Applicants, blah, 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 applicants, including those who were rejected for the loan. See, there's another loan. There's an emergency loan at the SBA. Now that's like more of a traditional loan, very small interest rate, but a traditional loan. So we have a state of emergency now. Okay, so if you're a business, nonprofit or whatever, you can apply for one of these. And I'm not sure about self-employed. See, the loans that turn into grants, you could be a self-employed. That one I'm not sure about. But that emergency loan money that you have to pay back has more requirements. Okay, so that's harder to get. But if you're denied, can get one of these. And there's a third one. Here's the bonus. Boom, boom, boom. This is like an infomercial. But wait, there's more. They have another grant just for business and nonprofits and self-employed for $10,000. Now, this is not the loan. This is something separate. Okay, so this is uh, okay. It's a $10,000 grant that you get because of you're in financial trouble because of what's going on, the emergency. So that's important. So you have three different things. You have a $10,000 grant because it's an emergency and you don't have to pay it back. You have up to a $10 million loan that you don't have to pay back. Depending on how to use it. The 10,000, you could do anything. You could use it as toilet paper because we're running out of toilet paper. So you get all the $1 bills and use the $10,000 grant as toilet paper. That's probably more expensive in some in some cities. Bad joke, I know. I'm a tacky guy. And then you have the typical emergency loans from the SBA. The SBA always has typical emergency loans, so that's available all the time. Lower interest rate. Okay, you may or may not qualify for them. Now you have the easy stuff, which is the $10,000 grant, and then the up to $10 million loan that you don't pay back. Okay, and that's 4 pages for $10 million. Fill in the blanks, 10 minutes of work. And that's it. Astounding. Okay. How do you find it? Okay. What you do is you go to Google Paycheck Protection Program, SBA. Do not go to any other website that does not have .gov. Any other website, don't. You're going to get screwed out of money, some fast talker. So don't. And if you need help filling out that stuff or helping out your business, how much you take and things like that, there's free help all over. And that's through something called the SBDC, Small Business Development Centers. They're free, they're experts. These are professionals that get grants to help you with business decisions for free. So whether you need legal help, accounting help, any kind of help. And they're all over. If you go to Americas, AMERICAS, and then SBDC, that's one word, .org. That's a .org. That's okay. Orgs are sometimes funky, but most of them are good. But only .gov, maybe .org. This is a .org. Okay, they will help you. But uh, find a bank first. And see, the SBA has a listing on their website there of all the banks that do this. And if you call an SBA office, they could also tell you which banks know your kind of business. See, it probably doesn't matter on the ones that don't have to pay back. For the loan that you have to pay back, like the emergency money, find a bank that's familiar with your kind of business. Maybe you have an exercise shop or something like that. And so if a bank doesn't know how you make money or understand the business, it's too hard to educate them. Other banks that do those kind of loans all the time, it'll be easier and it'll go through easier. But that's the important thing, that you know about this, because it's the biggest thing. It's no longer just $30 billion for businesses. It's now $350 billion for businesses that you don't pay back. Nowhere else in the world are you going to have a 10-minute fill in the blanks to get $10 million. 10-minute fill in the blanks, $10 million. You think Chase is going to do that? Ever? No. Government. That's why, I mean, people don't know what the hell to ask for in the government, because you can't imagine they do shit like this. But it does. They have other problems in mind. They're not just out to get every penny they can from you. They're out to solve bigger problems. So that's why it's hard to wrap our minds around the kinds of things they do. It doesn't matter. Don't try to understand why. Just try to understand how to get it. That's the key. And that's what I try to do, is show people in Lesko Help all these places like this that give out free money and free help for other reasons than just trying to squeeze you for every dollar they can. See, there's organizations and programs from government, nonprofit, that want you to succeed at things that they want to pay for. They want to give you help with, and they're not going to charge, because they see this as a good to society, not just a good for the pocket. People like me, I'm in business. I got to make sure I'm in business first. So that has to be the first thing. And so other people feel that that's the only thing sometimes. So you run into that. So that's why we don't have a place in America that shows you only those things, except now you do. Teacher, teacher, teacher. I did. And that's what I'm trying to do, because Google shows you the people who want to get money from you, because that's how they pay. That's why they're the richest country in the world, because they're getting more advertising dollars from people all over the world for them to get onto Google. So when you need money for your business, you don't find these people, you find the people who are making money, who are selling you money. I want to show you the people who are giving you money.